So staying on the subject of the 49ers schedule, let's get into the betting world a little bit. 49ers are placed at 9.5 wins. We're going to look through the schedule each game, if we feel if it's a win or a loss, and we'll see if we're hitting over or under on that 9.5. You ready for that?
Yep.
All right, Chicago. I think it's really important that 49ers come out and get 2 wins right off the bat and just make a statement, build some momentum, because the middle of the season is probably our toughest stretch of games. So what do you feel in Chicago? At Chicago.
At Chicago, I think that's, again, perfect. You want to go earlier rather than later. And 2, they're going to get their footing. It's a brand new staff in there. Justin Fields still really raw, but I mean, look, he had one of the, his highlights from the season last year against the 49ers. So I just think, again, week 1 it's kind of a coin toss. I think the line right now is at 6.5 for the 49ers, but there's going to be, usually it's closer than most. So I'm going to go ahead and give them a dub, but it's going to be a closer game.
Yeah, I think this is a game where Trey Lance is finding his footing. Chicago's not a great team. We're more talented. I could see Bosa going off in this game. I think we win this by a couple field goals, maybe a Kittle touchdown. I think we got the win there. Second week at home versus Seattle. I think this is a game where we have to win. Seattle is not a good team right now. The only thing they have going for them really is 2 really great wide receivers. We're not sure who's going to be their quarterback. Their defense has been a little shakier in the past. I don't believe really in Jamal Adams as a threat to the Niners. He's never really done anything against us. So I think this is another dub. What do you think?
Yeah, I think so. I don't think they're going to be good this year. And it's just going to be important, no matter how it looks. Let's just get some wins on the board. Let's get Trey's confidence up. Let's get the team rolling. Let's get the offense set into place, and let's build some momentum. I think these are, again, it's all going to be experience. And so to get 2 wins right off the bat, it's going to be priceless.
Hey, what's up? This is D. Sorry to interrupt. I know we're digging into some really juicy content here, but just wanted to say, go ahead and hit that like button. Go ahead and subscribe to the channel. It all really helps us out to push content to other 49er fans. So when you have a chance, go ahead and do that. Now back to the show.
Yeah, so then we go to Denver week 3. I'm not sure what to make of this game yet. I think a lot of people are crowning the Broncos already just based off Russell Wilson and the roster, and they've made great moves. But I think for me, it's a team where I have to believe it. I have to see it to believe it before we say that they're a top 5, top 10 team. Their roster shows it, but Russell Wilson is coming off a banged up year. It's going to be early in the season. He's going to be still figuring out the offense. They have a lot of young pieces on offense that, maybe they'll perform, maybe they won't. Jerry Jeudy does drop some balls. I don't feel good about going against that defense. That D-line looking scary. Patrick Surtain in the secondary, but I think their secondary is beatable, perhaps. It's going to be a tough game, but I think we could win this game. I'm kind of 50-50 on it. What do you think?
Yeah, I keep going back and forth with it too. I think it's going to depend on what rush shows up. Is it, hey, dedicated, let's go after a Russ, or is it kind of chunky, hey, I'm going to play myself into shape, and then we'll go from there. And 2, I don't think the Broncos are going to be that great. I think it's going to be a tough division for them. And I think every team is already kind of gearing up, hey, let's not crown these dudes. So I think they're going to come at them hard. I think this is going to be since it's the first real test of the season, I think Shanahan's going to get up for this game. I think he's going to scheme up some really good plays, and the defense is just going to go pretty hard, knowing that, hey, Russ has made us look stupid a bunch of times in the past. Let's ruin let's ruin this. Let's go after him. So
yeah, you know what? You're swaying me into a dub for the Niners on this one, because Kyle's going against his first-time head coach. I mean, yeah, he's supposedly going to be amazing at schemes, but I think Kyle's going to be up for this game. I think Kyle's going to want to out-scheme this guy, and Hackett's not going to be completely used to these players. He's still filling it out at this point in the season, and the Broncos have a target on their back for all this hype that they're building. So I think this is a game he's gonna try to show out.
Yeah, I mean, name an offensive coordinator that got a head coaching spot after being with Russ. Can't do it.
Can't do it. All right, so we're gonna say Niners start 3-0. Monday night against the Rams. This is a home game, week 4. What are you thinking?
Man, defending Super Bowl champs. We are going to be at home, but this one, it's going to go 50-50. I would say right now, let's just be safe and give them the L. I think it's going to be a close-fought game, but we already know these two teams are so familiar. These two coaches are so familiar. So I think the series is going to go one apiece. That's just my thoughts.
That was my exact thoughts that I was about to get into. I think this season we're going to split with the Rams, and we're not getting this one. They're going to be, even if they start slow and have that Super Bowl hangover, by week 4 they're going to get their shit together. By week 4 they're going to get their stuff together, and it's going to be a tough game for the Niners. This is going to be a loaded defense that Trey Lance isn't used to. So I could definitely see us losing this game, and I could see us losing it not very close. Like, I could see it being a 28-14 kind of game. So I'm going to go conservative here too with the L. But I mean, it's more of a 50-50 to me just because Kyle's so good against the Rams.
And do you think coming off of adrenaline dump game, you have the Sunday Night Football, then headed into Monday Night Football, or is it more of a, hey, this team has been there, done that before. Like, it doesn't matter. Like, we're going to show up to whatever game. I mean, look at last year, they made it all the way to the NFC Championship after like a rocky road. I think this is a seasoned team, you know?
Yeah, I mean, at this point, honestly, just knowing the Niners' history, we could have, if we do come in 3-0, we could be potentially banged up in the secondary already at this point, banged up in the wide receiver position, banged up at running back, and we could just kind of not fold it in, but we could be okay with taking this L because we're getting ready to go into this next stretch of games where we have 2 winnable games coming up. I think you'd rather be 100% for these next 2 and just take a L at week 4 than go all out for week 4 and be beat up for 2 easy teams, you know?
Well, that's true.
Not saying they're going in expecting an L, but if things get out of hand, things get out of hand. Kind of like Warriors, what was it, like game 3 against Memphis or game 4 where they got blown out and they kind of packed it in.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah, they were like, yeah, we're still going to win the series. Like, that's how I could see them kind of feeling at the halftime. So next we go in at Carolina. We're 3-1. How we feeling against this team that doesn't have a quarterback?
Roll them.
We're rolling. We're not even going to touch on them. Like, I don't believe in Matt Rule. I don't think they feel good about their quarterback room. I mean, Corral could be something in the future, but I don't know.
Jimmy revenge game.
We're going to face Jimmy this week potentially, or Baker maybe. I don't know. Week 6. So we're 4-1 here. Week 6 against Falcons. I feel like we should be an easy dub here. Their defense isn't great. They have Kyle Pitts, who he's going to eat against us. Let's just be fair. But that's the only thing I could see really doing damage to us. I'm not scared of Mariota. I think he's going to be okay. He's going to make some smart plays, but he's not going to push the ball. And against our defense, we're going to chase him down. We're going to have Bosa in there. We're going to have Drake in there. We got speed. We got speed on the defense now to keep up with running quarterbacks, hopefully. What do you think?
That's exactly what I was thinking. I think this is going to be a defensive showcase. I think that D-line is going to get off and they're going to eat. They're going to eat early and they're going to eat often. I think Mariota and this Falcons offense is going to be the perfect showcase. So, yeah, it's a dub.
Yeah. All right. So we're at Niners starting off really good, 5-1 here. Now we're at home against Kansas City. I don't know. I think at this point in the season, especially if we have enough wins under our belt, I could see us getting beat by Kansas City. Well, depending on how their defense looks. We do have Travarius Ward from their defense now. They need another guy to step up and be an anchor in that secondary. They don't have Tyrann Mathieu. I know they signed a safety and replaced him, but they don't have the vocal leader of the defense anymore. It really depends on how our offensive line competes against their defensive line. If we can hold them, we could keep up in that front. I think we could win, but it's gonna be tough to slow down Mahomes.
I'm thinking that this is going to be a put up or shut up game. I think they're going to push all their chips into the table, and the 49ers are going to come out with a dub here. It's going to be a super hard fought game, but I think this is a win. I think especially with all the momentum, Kyle looks around at the locker room and is like, why not us? Let's go beat these motherfuckers. So I think they come out with a win. I think they come out with a signature win. You know how every playoff push, the team needs a couple of signature wins. I think this is going to be one of them.
Yeah, I mean, if you look at it from a skeptic Kansas City side, this team looks a little different without Tyreek Hill. The secondary is not going to be as stressed about the deep ball, even though it is Mahomes. I think they have the potential to take a step back and come back down to earth. They're really relying on some of these receivers to take a jump. Like Juju is going to be their number one. And they have Sky Moore, a rookie. Yeah, they still have Kelsey, but that receiving core, we can let Kelsey eat all day in the middle as long as we're not giving up anything deep. And we looked like we have an improved secondary with their guy, Ward, on our side now. If we have
very well.
If we have a steady starter on the other end with like E-Man, or if it's Verrett at that point, this team, the Chiefs team, could have trouble moving the ball on us in big plays. And I don't think they really believe that Edwards-Helaire can be an every down back. So they're going to be, rotating in the backs. I'm not really scared of their backfield. I think it's going to be all on Mahomes' arm. And if these wide receivers turn into something better than what they've been.
Yeah, and I mean, look at, that's not Andy Reid's bag. Andy Reid's bag is not the run game. It's an extension of the pass game. That's all he sees the run as. Let me run it one time just to kind of even things out, but I'm ready to bomb it. And I think we've seen with Pat Mahomes, that's the same thing. He gets bored doing the check down.
Yeah, and so if we're healthy, this Niners defense looks like we can do both. We can defend the run and defend the pass because Warner's so fast. Greenlaw, I don't know if people remember, but that's his bread and butter, is defending the pass. Go look at that interception he had on Russell Wilson a couple years ago. This is what this guy does. And if we can get some solid, I think the question marks are at the safety position. If we get some solid play out of them and we shore up the secondary with Ward and another starter steps up, we're going to be looking pretty good. It really depends to me on if their receivers step up or not, because I don't believe in Juju. Sky Moore is going to be a rookie. Do they even have They lost Byron Pringle. They lost DeMarcus Robinson. So they're going to need someone to step up and be number one. And I don't know if they have it.
And we'll see. Again, every team that plays the Chiefs, that's going to be that team's Super Bowl. You know what I mean? They've had the target on their back. So why not us? Let's get it.
Yeah, I mean, I still have a 50-50 though, because at the end of the day, you say all this potential, and you're still going against Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah, that's true.
So he can do some crazy stuff and carry them to a win. I'm going to go conservative on this roster because Trey's young. I could see him throwing some picks in this game. I'm going to say we take a L. I said all those things about the Chiefs, just trying to, be a little skeptical about that team, and I'm not sure how they're going to look with the loss of Tyreek Hill. But this is still the Chiefs. This is still Andy Reid, still Patrick Mahomes. They're going to be at the top dogs until they fall off completely, I'm going to give them the benefit of the doubt here. What do you think?
on wax. I'm saying 49ers win.
So I'm going L here. You're going dub.
Yep.
All right. This is the first time we disagreed. Hold on. I got to make 2 columns now. We're switching up. I was going to put initials for us, and we're both
DC.
I put DC. All right. Week 8 at Rams. I think this is the point in the season where Kyle can open it up more. We're running the ball great. Elijah Mitchell up the middle. Do a lot of play action. That's how we beat the Rams. Play action, down the field. He's going to be able to push the ball more than Jimmy has. And that's where the Rams have kind of stumped us, is we don't move the ball fast enough to keep up with that offense. And I think if Trey's starting this whole time, he could be pushing the ball for us. What do you think?
Yeah, again, I said it before. We're going to split this series. This is our dub. Think. Heading, again, off of this huge Kansas City Chiefs win, we just roll momentum and we roll them.
Yeah, and it's prime for us because 1:30 Sunday game, that's perfect time for us to come in fresh, ready to go. And we have the bye week coming up in the next week, so we can go all out. Like,
yep.
Everyone's playing this week. Everyone's playing, trying to stay ahead in the division. I'm sure the Rams are going to be at 1 or 2 losses at this point, just like us. And it's going to be a dogfight for first place right there. And Kyle historically has came over on top on McVay in these games.
Yeah, I feel good about that.
All right, so then we have bye week, getting some rest. We got the Chargers. I'm going to say it already. I think if this team's healthy, we're taking an L. Herbert's good. They're loaded on offense. They should be loaded on defense. This is going to be a tough matchup. Joey Bosa versus Trent, potentially. Khalil Mack against McGlinchey. Who do you want McGlinchey to block? Khalil Mack or Joey Bosa? Like,
no.
Like, which one's going to eat, you know? So
it depends. Is McGlinchey, what, like 365 or whatever he said?
I don't know. The boy better be lifting, better be eating that week. So it's going to be, I think that's an L for us, honestly. And I'm not too mad about it. I don't think we match up well against them. If Derwin James is healthy, he's going to be causing havoc on these smaller receivers we have. We don't really have a big possession receiver. I mean, Juwan Jennings is kind of that, but is he going to be seeing the field a lot at that point? I don't know. So I could see Derwin James hitting some wood, you know, laying the wood. What do they say? Is that sexual?
Some wood.
He's gonna be laying the pavement.
Yeah, no, I think what you're saying is 100% true. If they're at full speed and full capacity, like, they're a really good team. But they have a bunch of hurt guys, bro. Like, Khalil Mack is a hurt guy. Joey Bosa, you know, gets banged up here and there, and a lot of the time you don't really see him like during crunch time because he's so gassed. Austin Eckler, hurt guy. Keenan Allen, hurt guy. Mike Williams, hurt guy. Derwin James, hurt guy. So we'll see. I mean, their roster on paper is a really good roster, but we'll see who ends up showing up.
Yeah, and then you got to question, has their coach learned from his mistakes, and is he a good play caller and time management guy at this point?
Yeah, I mean, we've seen even McVay still struggles with that. So it's not something that, like, you can just learn overnight. I think Kyle coming off of the bye, like, that's what makes me, you know, feel a lot better of it, is we're coming off of that bye week. But if they are fully there, ready to roll, I think that's going to be a very tough game. I'll be conservative, and I'll just go ahead and say it's a close game and it's an L.
Yeah, I'm going to go with L. Like, yeah, they're a banged-up team, but we're also a banged-up team. And if our secondary is banged up at this point, which it probably will be, not saying like season-ending, but guy out here, there, some pulled hammies, Justin Herbert's going to eat. You know, he's gonna push the ball on us. He's going to go downfield, and doesn't matter if Nick Bosa's getting to him. He's going to get that ball out of there. So I think that's just an L right there. All right. Monday night against Arizona, week 11. I think, to me, Kyle just hasn't been good against Arizona. I don't know why. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's a matchup thing with Kyler. We're not historically great against running quarterbacks. If Rondale Moore is on the field, he's going to cause some havoc. I don't think we have a guy to keep up with him in the slot unless Ambry's stepping up and looking good in the nickel. I don't know. I think this is just a tough matchup for us. And if Kyler's fully healthy still at this point, I think this is an L.
Yeah, so that's the biggest question mark for me is what's Kyler doing and where is he at in his headspace? I know he's not going to show up for OTAs. They're going to have static there. They're actually going to have, did you see they were announced as the team as the in-season Hard Knocks?
Yeah.
So, I don't know. It's going to be an interesting play. Yeah, historically, Kyle hasn't been great against these Cardinals. I mean, he even lost to Colt McCoy last year, but I don't know. I think this is, again, a showcase. Mexico City, I think this is a dub. I think they might end up splitting this depending on how the rest of the season goes to the Cardinals. But I think this is a win.
So you got this win. I got this L. All right. Let's kind of breeze through these next couple games. The Saints, I think that's an easy one. That's a dub. I don't believe in that quarterback room. I don't believe in that team right now.
That's a W. Who try to eat one?
All right. Miami, I think that's a dub. I think we're better than Tua. I think this is going to be a growing year for the Dolphins. I don't know, just because they have Tyreek Hill, I don't know if he's going to be able to be fully utilized this season. Just from the quarterback. Unless Tua is somehow this amazing quarterback all of a sudden, then we'll rediscuss this. I think this is a dub.
Yeah, I think so too.
All right, Tampa Bay. This is going to be a tough one. I think Tom Brady's going to show out and beat the shit out of the Niners. They're loaded. They're loaded.
This is primed for Tom Brady to just be like, yo, you chose this guy?
Yeah.
So, yeah, no, I think this is an L. The team is loaded. This is Tom Brady with the chip on his shoulder. Scary dude. I think this is an L.
All the bettors, whatever the line is for Russell Gage, go the over. Russell Gage is gonna eat against us. He's gonna be in the slot killing us. I'm telling you, touchdowns, yards, get the over. Bang that over. Smack that wood on the over. So I'm going L there. You're going L there. Yep. Next, at Seattle on a Thursday night, primetime game. We just got our ass
Flexed.
kicked. It's a Thursday night. Can they flex Thursday? I don't think they can.
That's gonna be an ass game. We're gonna beat the shit out. We're gonna beat them.
At this point in the season, we should be flexing our muscles on Seattle. They should be defeated. They should be at a very low win record. I think that's gonna be easy dub. Next, we got at home against Washington. That's a dub. That's a dub.
Yep. Yeah, and plus, like, Kyle hates that organization, so that's gonna be a dub.
Kyle's gonna want to beat the team that has been trying to bring him down in the realm of the public
for his father's legacy.
Yeah, you ain't gonna bring down the status of all of these coaches that came from your tree. Like, the Washington looks dumb for not hiring any of these guys as their head coach. Zach Taylor just went to the Super Bowl, you know?
Poverty franchise.
Poverty. Are we still, like, in on Ron Rivera? Like, why does he get a pass?
I think because he brings some stabilization to the organization, but, like, I think he's doing a bang-up job. They've competed for playoff, you know what I mean?
How?
They've been a bad team.
How?
So, I think we got to give him the pass.
I don't know. I'm out on him. Unless he takes him to the playoffs. Get him a wild card spot. Give him a wild card spot.
Didn't they make it to the wild card 2 years ago?
Yeah, with Heineke.
Yeah.
Heineke.
So, he's got the pass. There he is.
They almost beat Tampa. Almost took out Tom.
Yep.
Okay. At Vegas, New Year's Day. What we feeling? This is going to be the game of the year. This is going to be the game of the year.
This is one of those rivalry slash that's not really a rivalry, but it is a rivalry.
It's a rivalry for sure.
So, man, I think it's going to be pretty explosive. I like the Raiders. I think they're going to be good, and I think they're going to have more to play for at this point than the 49ers. I think the 49ers are already going to have a playoff spot locked up. It depends on the division, but if the 49ers have a lead into the division, I think the Raiders end up taking this game.
Yeah, I think at this point we could have a wild card spot locked up, especially if we beat New Orleans, we beat Washington, we split with Seattle or Arizona. Like, there's a lot of teams, Carolina, Atlanta. There's a lot of teams. If we beat them early in the season, we're gonna have those tiebreakers at the end, and we're not gonna have to worry about these last couple games. But Vegas, they're another team where I have to see it to believe it, because just they've always kind of let down at the end of the season in playoffs. So I'm kind of 50-50 on it, but they should be better than us roster-wise. And at this point in the season, they should be flying on all cylinders with that offense. So I think they beat us. Last game of the year, Arizona. I think coming off a loss against Vegas, we're going to want to get the win and kind of secure our spot in seeding or secure a playoff spot potentially at this point. I think this is going to be a win for the Niners.
Yeah, I don't trust late season Kyler. So, dub.
So I got them at 10 wins. 9, 10, 11, 12. You have them at 13 wins?
Yeah, I mean, just going through it. Yeah, I'm big on 49ers, buddy.
Yeah, this guy apparently smashed that over.
Elite.
And go
Elite.
Actually, do the over and give a couple wins too. Go make the odds even better in your favor. This guy thinks they're getting 13 wins. So go and up that number to 10.5, 11.5. Go and smash that bet button.
But this is also a guy who... Never mind, fuck it. No, I'm not... Yeah, no, good. So this is also a guy who one time bet that Tom Brady's last season with the Patriots was going to be his last season overall. And one time I bet that Jimmy Garoppolo was going to be the MVP. So take it with a grain of salt.
He's like some milk right there.
Yep.
I have them at 10 wins. I think going into even before I looked at the schedule, that was kind of my guess, is 10 wins. And didn't we have 10 last year? So I like to stay in that middle ground, especially with the new quarterback. We should be a talented team. I think 10 wins is enough to get in playoffs and enough to look good for the season.
Yeah, I mean, I do have those two, like, I did say 50-50 games with the Chiefs and the Chargers. But I think for sure 11 wins is doable.
Yeah, I think 11 wins is doable. I think there's a lot of 50-50 games right now. Maybe like 4 50-50 games. If we win 2 of those, I think we're at 10 wins pretty easy. I'd smash that over. Hey guys, Drew here. We really appreciate you guys sticking to the end of the video. I know this guy's happy. If you guys like what you saw, like what you heard, go ahead and watch some more videos here to get more 49ers news and updates. And go ahead and like and subscribe to the channel. It really helps us out. We appreciate it so much. Thanks you guys for spending time with us.